In about 3 hours from now, we will be getting the first. You said 2 a.m. Oh, I can't do maths. 5 hours.
That's why I was like, I like how you doubled down on that.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, I wasn't doubling down just to be clear. I was like, I thought you said 2 a.m. and then my brain was like, Connor, 3 hours from 9 o'clock is not 2 a.m.
Exactly. You like double
in
down
about
on your
5 hours from now, in our world, in your world, it's already open. Oh, open? Already here.
Yeah.
We're getting the first episode of Lord of the Rings.
First 2 episodes.
First 2 episodes. Which means next week going to be a thick boy.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot to talk about with 2 episodes.
Yeah, we're going to have 2-hour-long Lord of the Rings episodes and a half-hour She-Hulk.
Plus any D23 news?
We won't have any of that by then.
Oh no, it starts.
D23 starts next Friday.
Yeah, so it's after we. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's going to be rumours.
We're not dropping below an hour for the next month or so, guys. Just accept it.
Yeah, this podcast is going to be good. But yeah, 5 hours, we get Lord of the Rings. I said it.
Episodes.
Already said it. I'm so ready for you haters. Like, I know there's people ready to just hate on it before it's even come out. I don't give a shit. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this show. My plan to rewatch Lord of the Rings before this came out hasn't happened, so oh well.
Yeah, it's completely fallen to shit. But as we already discussed at the beginning of the podcast, we're busy guys. We do have a lot going on.
Yeah, it's
and Lord of the Rings isn't an easy thing to just squeeze in.
No, it's
especially if it not being on any streaming services.
Yeah, and we have to watch the extended.
Service, yeah, of course. You mean some people watch the shorter, shittier version?
I bet some people do because they haven't rebought it to get like the extended cuts.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Lord of the Rings is the only series where I'm like, no, you must watch the extended cut.
The thing is now
everything
it's like,
else, I'm like, eh.
If you put out Lord of the Rings and it wasn't the extended cut, I'd be like, this still exists
severely.
Like,
yeah,
you can buy this still.
The consensus is because the extended cut is like so much longer. Each of the extended cuts like an extra hour long, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, and we already discussed last week with the screen time debacle how much you can do with 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So an extra 3 hours across these already quite long films adds so much.
Oh, it really did.
And in reality, if that extended cut, like the equivalent, was to come out now, I'd be like, why wasn't that just the original cut? It's so much better.
Oh, it would just be
the extra hour flies by. Just fucking re-release. Make that one the theatrical. Bin off the other one. Release that as the express edition.
Do you know what's funny though? And like this is a bit of a throwback of stuff, but some people might not know this, the younger viewers. When Lord of the Rings was in deals to be made and Peter Jackson was going through all that, the original deal was to be 2 films for 3 books. And Peter Jackson knew what he wanted to make was not going to fit into 2 films, but he was like, yeah, sure. And I think he'd already planned. Well, the thing was, which this just doesn't happen really anymore, is they wrote, filmed, produced all 3 films in one go. Like, it wasn't they did the first film, then it came out and they started the second one. Like, they just did it in one big fucking chunk. So, like, he knew this is everything I want to do. And when it came to production and chopping it up, and he was like, yeah, this isn't this.
Up into 3 films
he's like, look, this isn't going to fit in 2 films. We need 3. And then that was
the good news is you don't have to spend any more money to make this into 3 films.
Exactly. And then that was before the extended cuts. So it's like, he had so much footage that he was like, really having to squeeze this into 3 films. You know what? We'll release it.
In reality, now, if they had that much footage, it'd be like, okay, so we're going to make it a 12-series TV show.
Well, no, the thing is, they would have just released it as 3 films, but as the extended would just be the release. And there would be no such thing as an extended cut. But, yeah, wild.
I'm excited. I don't know a lot about the Lord of the Rings lore. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth constantly when discussing the show. Hori's going to have to correct me on stuff.
I will do my best. I'm no expert, but, like, I do love Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is nerd culture at its highest order. I'm excited for this show. Me and Hori are both going to be watching it. It makes sense for us to just talk about it. I'm fully going into this just going, okay, entertain me.
And
you're not going to see critical breakdowns from me talking about this, that, and the other. A lot of it is going to be me going, I liked it.
Yeah.
The elves had pointy ears. It was cool. And then Hori can do the extensive breakdown.
I'll be doing my best.
Did you notice this?
to pick up on any Easter eggs and stuff that lead to the films we know and all that. And it's gonna be interesting because like I've said it before, like this is the first thing since The Hobbit. The Hobbit was a while ago. And like this is the first thing that explores more, like The Hobbit lent into what we already knew of Lord of the Rings. It was kind of like, this is still the same, it's all connected. Like we know what's going on, we know what sort of to expect the outcome to be.
The last Hobbit film was 2014.
Okay, 8 years.
8 years.
So it's been 8 years since we've been in the world of Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth.
Mm-hmm. Did Peter Jackson have anything to do with this show?
This show, I don't think so. Let me have a quick look.
I've googled it. I'm not seeing anything.
I have a sense that he said at the end of The Hobbit he didn't really want to touch Lord of the Rings again because he'd done 6 films with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything about him being remotely involved.
I think there was talk of how much they would connect the show to his films. But I don't know that it was exclusively said how well it'll be connected. But yeah, so it's been 8 years. This is the first time we're kind of getting, it's still connected to the original Lord of the Rings films, but it's far enough away that like there's a lot of freedom for them to do what they want with it. Obviously, there's the books, and I think whatever.
I mean, fans have already decided they've broken laws, so just do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah, but it's like people need to understand when films are made from books, you can't get picky about it being 100% accurate to the books because books do not always transfer well into films. Like certain scenes or ways books describe or do things doesn't always work in films. So there often has to be some alterations. People need to be okay with that. People need to give the show a chance because I've said it before. If people hate on this far too much, and like people that call themselves fans of Lord of the Rings hate on this, but they want more Lord of the Rings stuff, you're just shooting yourself in the foot because you'll ruin it for everyone.
I mean, you've also got to remember the original books are like Hobbit came out 37, and then like Lord of the Rings was like in the 50s. So that's a long time since the books came out. It's at the point now where a little bit of that control's got to be relinquished and given to people to be able to creatively have fun with.
Yeah, and it's just like, yes, there is Tolkien fleshed out a lot of his world, like way more than a lot of probably writers do, and he put that time in, and it's amazing the level of detail that he went into with it all. But at the same time, there's still like stuff that can be like you can alter stuff and still stay true to the books.
Exactly.
Like people just need to be a bit more chilled. I think my worry is that the Tolkien estate that managed allow things to be turned into films and still have the rights, like they for a long time after The Hobbit weren't willing to let anyone do anything. Amazon's been able to, don't ruin this for future stuff because this goes well, we get a lot of the wider Lord of the Rings books and stuff are going to get turned into shows or films, probably through Amazon if they do well. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm probably going to watch this tonight as it comes out because my sleep pattern's terrible and I'll be awake anyway. So
I honestly don't know when I'm going to get a chance to watch it. It will probably be Tuesday next week.
First thing in the morning, while you're at work, just I don't know, put it on a monitor or something. Hide in a cupboard and watch it.
Hide in a cupboard for what, like 4 hours?
No one will notice you're gone, right? Surely.
Oh, no, about that one, Chief.
But yeah, looking forward to it. As we like, I know a lot of people or a lot of news things are focused on the fact that it had the biggest ever budget of a TV show. It's got all these VFX. I guess proof will be in the pudding. We'll see what it's like in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You might be waking up to a bunch of messages off me going, "Holy shit, this is the best thing I've ever watched," or "Oh no,
abandoned ship, we're not watching it."
Abandoned ship, it's all gone wrong.
We just come in next week and we're like, "We're sorry for being excited about Ring of Powers. We were wrong."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm changing the running order because I've realised the thing that was next shouldn't be next. It should be nearer the end.
Yeah.